Welcome to Beyond Borders Gritcast, your weekly boost for education, empowerment, and inspiration.
Welcome to Beyond Borders Gritcast. My name is Mariam.
My name is Rach.
My name is Mitch.
And welcome to our today's episode. So, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon is all about working abroad and its challenges. So, ang main topic talaga dito is how did you adapt? So, stepping into a new country, it's like, yung transition mo galing Pilipinas, going to your new address. So, number one na tingin ko na naging isa sa mga challenges ko as an OFW living here abroad, what I mean is abroad for the past 7 years, is yung culture. Number one is yung food. So, paano kayo nag-adapt? Siyempre, iba yung food sa atin comparing kung nasan man tayo ngayon. Kasi ako, when I came to Saudi, iba eh. Sabi ko, hindi siya yung typical na Filipino food na, example, yung sinigang, di ba? Maasim siya, may sabaw. In Saudi, when I came there, halo-halo talaga yung mga flavors. As in, nung una nanibago ko, pero na-appreciate ko siya. So, ayan, Mitch, are there any differences nung una mong natikman yung mga Irish dishes comparing to the Philippines?
Grabe to. Baka mawalan tayo agad ng mga Irish audience. Joke lang. Irish. Well, good thing. Well, actually, very bland. Very bland diet. Just to be, just to put it out there. At saka ang staple food nila dito, kung sa atin is rice, sa kanila is patatas. Yon. So, lahat ng dishes nila, puro may patatas, like baked potato, ano pa ba? Fried potatoes, chips, roasted potatoes.
As in like
Also basically
lunch
potato.
dinner.
Yeah. They can do
Okay.
that, yeah. So, ganun naman sila. Though, nung dumating rin ako dito, actually, they don't even have the word lunch because what they call lunch for them is dinner. Kaya nung una, super
really?
confusing. Yung
How
12
early
na
was
lunch
it?
natin, they call it dinner. So, have you had
Wait,
your
so-
dinner yet? Parang ganun. Tapos sabi ko, di ba sa atin lunch kasi yon. So, dinner
Yeah,
yon
yeah.
sa kanila.
What time's breakfast?
Breakfast is breakfast.
Like
And then dinner. They don't have
6
lunch.
a.m. till
Mm.
11 a.m. breakfast, and then 12
Yeah. Dinner.
onwards is dinner.
Dinner.
Oh.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Parang dito rin sa Canada.
Parang
dinner
yung last
din.
nila, talaga. Tapos yung last nila, I think they call it supper. I barely
Right.
say the word
Mm-mm.
supper. But I
Mhm.
think for them, yung last meal kasi, parang medyo light na lang siya. Yon. Parang they'll just have soup or, ayan, mahilig sila dyan sa mga bacon and cabbage, mga ganyan yung mga ulam dito. Tapos, for me, syempre sa culture natin, parang we're very much of a foodie. Irish
Yeah.
people kasi, mas, sila inom.
Not just
Inom.
that.
Yeah.
We're like rice is life.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Rice is life. Kaya nga
Rice is
nagugulat
life.
sila. Tapos yung mga Irish people, whenever they see yung mga baon ng mga Pinoy, super na-amaze sila sa how we make our rice. Kasi it's super white, it's super soft, it's like super perfect na siya niluto. Tapos sila parang hindi nila ma-perfect. Hindi nila ma-perfect yung luto ng rice. Minsan sobrang dry, minsan ganon. Kaya pag nakita nila yung mga rice natin, tapos syempre, di ba yung mga rice sa abroad, export quality na siya, mga jasmine rice, whatever. So, it's very fluffy, tapos ganyan. Pero yun, hindi na kasi nag-jasmine rice eh. Basmati rice na ako ngayon. Pero doon na-amaze talaga sila na how we make our rice. But anyway, going back to the question, yeah, very bland yung diet nila. So, it's really, ayun, nakakamiss. And at the same time, Dublin is very, very expensive place. So, pagkakakain ka sa labas, meron ka rin naman makukuha ng mga restaurants dito na masarap kainan. Pero, aside sa sobrang mahal, yun yung mga offerings nila, mga usual, like steak, fish and chips, mga ganun. Yun lang. The most common, like, English food, mga ganun siya.
Ganun siya.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mitch. How about you, Rach? Anong na-observe mo na differences?
Well, first off, nung pagdating ko dito, first got to try turkey. I thought turkey was like so dry. Pero depende lang kasi sa part kung ano yung kakainin mo sa part ng turkey.
Oh.
May
Agree.
dark meat and white meat. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Yun yung one thing na intriguing sa akin. And then, I got to learn how to eat a burger na nilalagyan ng ranch dressing. Like, for example,
Yeah.
like a chicken sandwich. Then I would put like ranch dressing on it.
Mm-mm.
Or sa fries, gagamitan mo din. Sometimes I would use ranch dressing, ganon. Or ketchup.
Oo.
Unlike sa Philippines, you were used to eating like the fries with like yung cheese seasoning, barbecue seasoning, or the sour cream, right? Or
Yeah. Or
anong
ketchup
place
lang.
yun?
Potato corner
Or
ba itong
ketchup lang. Potato
pinag-uusapan
corner, right?
natin?
Oo.
Huwag kang ganyan. Nakakamiss.
Hey, actually, I
Right.
found out we have a potato corner here. So
I
sabi ko,
know.
I haven't seen potato corner in like forever. And then when I moved out to the bigger city, doon
Mm-mm.
nakakita ko ng
Meron.
potato corner. Sabi ko,
Wow.
wow. Sabi ko, we used to eat this when
Wow.
we
Sana
were
meron
growing
din
up.
dito.
Yeah. At franchise ka na dyan. Anyhow, going back, yeah, those little things I got to start appreciating Thanksgiving meals kasi may Thanksgiving dinner dito.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Ano pa ba yung unusual? I wasn't a pasta eater or potato starch, none of those, or even salad and vegetable. I mean,
Mm-mm.
cooked vegetable, yes, but salad, raw salad, and then you just put dressing on it. Then I started
Mm-mm.
appreciating it slowly. Mahirap siyang, kasi parang bland, tapos dressing lang, tapos it's not filling. For me, kasi
Mm-mm.
we're used to eating rice. Pero salad, just bare salad with like ample protein. Sabi ko, lagi akong gutom for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Tama.
Even though
Tama.
it's healthier for you, but I always feel
I guess there's
gutom.
0 calories, aren't they?
Well,
They're
yeah,
just
and then you add the
fillers.
protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people, that's what they eat for lunch. And I was like,
I
how?
know. Yeah, even themselves here.
I can't even like
Yeah.
last more than 10
Yeah.
minutes without being hungry again.
That's
Yes.
right.
So I always have to
Oo.
have rice.
Yeah. Ako rin,
Siguro nasanay
salad.
tayo sa rice.
Hindi, tsaka alam mo, makikita mo rin sila dito. Like, I'm so amazed because ganun lang rin sila kumain dito. Pero kung mapapansin mo, yung mga built nila, tsaka nahirapan sila mag-diet.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Pero
Yun
yung
ang
mga kinakain nila,
but-
very disciplined sila. Yeah.
Yes. Light lang. Yung iba nga sandwich lang eh.
Yeah.
Mhm. I
Pero,
don't know
pero
why.
kasi, I think, mahilig rin sila sobra sa sweets dito. Like, yung a pack of, like, Cadbury chocolates. Di ba sa atin, ako sa Philippines, kaya ko isa, dalawa lang kasi mag-sore throat ako after. So, sila,
Isang dalawang bars na maliit.
No,
maliit,
she meant probably like the whole thing.
like, no, for themselves, they can eat the whole bag in one sitting.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
So, baka,
Yeah.
baka yun, doon sila na fall.
Siguro.
Probably. Oh, also here, yung mga TV dinner, yung microwavable foods, yan, marami sila dito.
Yeah.
Hindi sila masyadong nagluluto dito.
Right.
And for example, breakfast. Breakfast, they always have bacon, fried eggs. What else would they cook? Like toast, ganon. Pero
Yeah.
yung bacon lagi yan staple. Bacon and eggs, hash browns, potato, some kind of potato. Sabi ko,
Very American.
every day yan. So parang
Yes.
very starchy, very carbohydrate,
oo.
high foods.
Oh, I
high
love
fatty
American bacon though.
foods. Even though I've lived here, I've barely ate. Hindi ako fan ng hamburgers, not that much. Mga chips. Because I grew up not eating them. Doing track and field, I wasn't, not that I wasn't allowed, pero more disciplined. We're not drinking sodas, we're not eating chips, ganon, no hamburgers, ganyan. So parang clean diet, or not say clean, kasi iba yung version ng clean diet dito versus clean diet sa Pilipinas eh. But anyhow, going back, so yung mga yun, simple hamburgers, mahilig sa hamburgers dito. Kahit saan ka tumingin, maraming fast food, may offer for hamburgers. Chicken wings, uso dito, easy thing na you can order. Tsaka ang daming ang processed food, like yung
Yeah.
microwavable lang or oven, ganun. Ganyan yung mga type of foods. bihira ka na makita or makamit ng taong marunong magluto unless na they're also like foreign or like grew up in, a multicultural household. Pero mostly kung puti, American, Caucasian, parang yun lang. Salad, TV dinner, microwavable foods,
I
majority, or
agree.
sandwich.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Ganyan din yung kawork ko.
lately, they've been moving towards yung mga avocado toast, mga ganyan, medyo on the healthier side. There's a lot of, the younger generations are doing that na. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, paano yun, Rich? Yun na rin yung nagiging isa sa mga staple food mo.
More so, no. Kasi mas pa rin talaga sa Asian food. Inclined to eat it. Tsaka mas enticing it for me. At the same time, it fills me up more than any other type of food. Although I'm a foodie, I can eat anything. It just depends kung it will fill me up or not. Usually, it's not. Asian food lang talaga nakakapagpabusog sa akin. Yeah. Yeah.
Pero iba talaga pag yung paggawa natin ng food, kumbaga mabusisi. Hindi lang siya yung for me, ganun yung nakikita ko. Sorry?
When it comes to prepping, I've seen other cultures na mabusisi din yung food prep nila. Other Asian foods, for example. Pero, kunyari, taste-wise, hindi mo talaga makuha yung 100% na lasa na kinalakihan mo sa Philippines. I feel like, unless you meet someone na magaling talaga magluto, super galing magluto. Like mga Kapampangan, really, really good at cooking.
Alam mo na sinabi mo yan. Alam mo, unang naisip ko agad is yung adobo na sobrang mamantika galing sa karinderya. Like,
depende ka saan Kasi there's different versions of adobo din
Nakakamiss yun.
There's different versions of adobo when I moved here. Different people na na-meet ko, iba-ibang background. Iba-iba yung luto nila na adobo. May matamis, may maasim, may mapaminta, may dry.
Yes, right.
So, yun yung makikita mo when you go overseas. Iba-ibang klaseng luto.
Yes. Tsaka, nakatikim na ba kayo ng adobo na may cinnamon?
Wow! May ganun?
May ganun, oo. Niluto siya nung papa ko nung umuwi siya.
Wow!
Galing Saudi.
Doon sa Saudi na...
recipe daw ng kawork niya na Pilipino rin. Ano yun? Ganun kami lahat. May cinnamon. Pero, same adobo pa rin. Yun nga lang, syempre, may scent ng cinnamon. May ibang lasa. Masarap siya. Masarap.
Wow! Amazing. Gusto ko rin yung adobo na may gata.
Masarap din yun.
Gata? I don't think I've tried it.
Yeah. Sarap din.
I see. Yeah. But anyhow,
anyhow.
Yun yung mga mga hahanapin mo when you leave Philippines, yung kinalakihan mong foods, it's harder to find them. Kung meron man, mahal siya and mahirap mo siyang hanapin unless there's a huge population of Asian dun sa lugar. Then dun mo lang makita yung item na hinahanap mo. Otherwise, you have to go through online to buy whatever you need. Yeah.
Kaya yun din yung advantage ng pag ikaw ay nasa lugar na mataas yung population ng mga Asians, like dun sa Khobar sa Saudi, so maraming Asians dun. So maraming Asian and Filipino store na pwede mong pagbilhan ng ingredients.
Amazing.
Yeah, so maluluto mo talaga siya, and sometimes yung mga ibang Filipino restaurants doon, talagang as in, ang sasarap ng mga Pinoy food nila. Parang, mas masarap pa to sa natitikman ko sa Philippines, ha? 'Di ba, considering na nasa ibang continent ka, pero kasi halos lahat ngayon, nasi-ship naman na worldwide.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and actually, yung doon sa mga listeners natin na paalis pa lang ng Pilipinas, ayan, bago kayo umalis, check ninyo ano ba yung mga pwede nyo dalhin. Kasi yung mga sinigang mix, pwede nyo naman siya dalhin Based from my experience, going to Saudi, as long as may tatak siya na halal, for a start, like for 1 week nyo na food, yan, pwede kayo magdala ng konti.
Take note magic syrup, yung seasoning, I think it's seasoning, bawal dito.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's because of MSG, but I don't know.
Yes. Baka.
Yeah.
Actually, yung pancit canton din dito sa EU, hindi
Mm.
na rin siya na
Bawal?
papasok.
Oo, talaga.
So, I think from there, no, you can see that you have to parang double think, is it safe? Kasi kung hindi nila ini-import ibig sabihin, alam mo yun, everybody in the
Yeah.
Philippines should think about this stuff, right?
Right, right.
Mhm.
Though, syempre,
Also,
pag uwi ka ng
meat.
Pilipinas, parang gusto ko magpansit canton.
Meat bawal kahit na sabi mong luto or
Mm-mm.
canned, hindi
Mm-mm.
pwedeng ibdala sa US.
Mm,
You have to check yung mga pwede nyong idala and mga
Yes, right.
bawal. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, dapat i-check nyo muna bago kayo maglagay ng kung ano-ano sa luggage nyo.
Exactly. Tsaka, syempre, mabigat 'di ba? So, like,
Yes.
sinigang mix, I used to bring that before. Yun nga lang,
Mm-mm.
since medyo mabigat, kasi hindi ko dinadala. So, I'd
Kaya
rather,
pala.
yeah. So, I opt to just, buy na lang dito. Parang gano'n.
Yeah.
Bihira
Yes.
lang naman ako
Maka-fly
magsisinigang.
sila they just have to like think kung ano talagang very essential na kailangan nila. Yung mga pagkain mahanap mo naman later on, pero yung
Yeah.
mas importante bang ibaon, I don't know, like what's the very important thing
Yeah.
na ibabaon nila?
Depende siguro sa example sa weather, kung anong dadatan mong weather doon. Kung
Yeah.
malamig,
Kung malamig,
magbaon
baon
ka
ka ng jacket, the thick coat, ganon. Kung
Yes.
may snow,
Yeah,
would you
parang hindi
rather
ka
bring
nabibili.
a thick jacket o yung yung sinigang mix? Di ba?
Yeah. Wait.
Mamili
Weigh
ka.
your
Mag-isipan,
options.
mabuti.
So, ayan, aside sa food. So, pangalawang isang challenge talaga is yung language. Ako naman, from my experience, moving from Philippines to Saudi, malaking adjustment talaga siya sa language kasi hindi ako marunong mag-Arabic. Nakakaintindi ako ng konti, but hindi talaga yung fluent. So, doon ako natuto sa Saudi. Before, sabi nila yung mga unang batch daw sa amin na nurses, meron talaga silang allotted time para magkaroon ng Arabic class. Mag-join sa Arabic class, pag-aralan. Pero, nung kami na, doon na kami natuto along the way.
Pasample
Pero,
nga, joke.
Sorry?
Sample.
Pa-sample. Okay. Pag sinabi mong good morning, ay, shucks, nakalimutan ko. cut natin.
Hindi, wag natin
Good
i-cut
morning.
yun. Wag natin i-cut yun.
Wag na i-cut.
Ito, greetings. Muslims, we do not greet ng
Hello.
hello, hi. Yung paunang bati talaga na good morning, good evening, good afternoon. No. Dapat assalamu alaikum. So, it's a like in to be translated in English, may
Sige, kaya
peace
mo
be
yan.
with you.
Ah.
Yun. Yun siya. Yun talaga yung dapat na greeting. Hindi
Mm-mm.
dapat good morning. Kasi yun yung yun yung isa sa mga practices sa Islam. When you greet others, dapat yun ang gagamitin natin. Assalamualaikum. So, to answer it back, wa alaikumussalam. So, binabalik mo lang sa kanya. Ganon. Tapos, when you greet, ako naman sa patients, when you greet them after that, yan, assalamualaikum. When you greet them, good morning. Hindi pa goodbye. Masalama kasi is goodbye. Umpisa pa lang tayo, kunyari, good morning.
Yung iba kasi tongue twister.
Medyo. Pero, pag natutunan mo na siya, madali na lang. Tapos, pag good morning, sabahal khair. Ganon. Tapos, ang reply doon, sabihin sa'yo ng patient mo, sabahanur, ganyan.
But do you interact with them English? Kasi sabi mo, hindi ka masyadong nag-Arabic.
Nung una, English. Yun lang yung mga few phrases na nasasabi ko. Tapos, English na yung kasunod.
Mm-hmm.
Syempre, may mga patients ka na, or relatives na hindi talaga marunong mag-English. So, I ask help from my colleagues. Pero kung hindi naman, example, sobrang busy talaga, ikaw lang mag-isa, wala kang matawag, parang charade. Yun, sign language kami. Oo, as in struggle talaga. Minsan, nag-Google Translate ako. Nakakaano siya yung alam mo yung maitatawid mo naman siya. Minsan matatawalan na lang sila sa'yo, ganon. Pero, syempre,
yung toxic na yung araw mo, tapos maglalabas pa yung phone mo, tapos Google Translate ka.
Oo. Pero ano naman, since syempre yung mga patients naman is lagi silang na i-brief ng mga doctors na you'll be having this procedure, aware na sila doon. Ang problema na lang is yung time. Yung time na lang paano ma-explain sa kanila na wala pang nabibigay ng time. Example, yung MRI mo, wala pa silang nabibigay na time sa amin. So, hindi ko hawak yung oras. Kasi nangungulit sila, I want it now, kailan ba? Yun na lang. So, doon na lang ako nanghihingi ng help. So, since kayo naman, Mish and Rach, from the Philippines, syempre, second language natin doon, English eh. So, meron ba kayong mga struggles pagdating nyo sa US and Ireland?
Siyempre, meron.
Ano pa ba?
Meron. Alam mo,
Parang
kahit
feeling ko
English
magaling tayo
yung...
mag-English.
Hindi, alam mo, it's funny because, di ba, sa Philippines, second language natin yung English. Yung akala mo marunong ka mag-English, pero nung dating ko dito, parang ang bobo ko sa English, gano'n. Parang alam mo mag-English, pero yung hindi siya the same na how you would express it in our own language. Yung kailangan mo pa siya i-translate, tapos yung expression mo, it wouldn't be the same because ta-translate mo pa siya. Tapos, syempre, yung accent plus may mga lingo sila, like, meron akong patient, sabi niya, can I ask for the bottle, please? Parang ganun, bottle daw. Sabi ko, binigyan ko siya ng mga bottle, pitcher, bottle, kung ano-anong bottle, binigay ko sa kanya. Yun pala ang meaning ng bottle dito is yung urinal.
Di mo man mainas. Anong klaseng bottle?
Sabi ko nga, ito na nga, sabi ko, sabi ko, so, sabi niya, no. Mabait kasi yung mga tao dito eh. No, not that one. Ganyan, not that. So, sabi ko, what is it? Sabi niya, don't worry, just forget about it.
Hindi man lang in-explain ano yung hinahanap niya.
Oo, tapos sabi ko, ha? Sabi ko, hindi nga. Let me know. Sabi ko, what is it? Sabi niya, no, don't worry about it.
Siguro, naisip niya mag-take na lang ako ng chance sa isang
hindi na siya nakaihi.
Sabi niya, magiging incontinent na lang ako.
Pero, tinawag niya yung isang Irish. Tapos yung Irish, pagka isang sabi lang niya, kinuha na. Tapos sabi ko, parang sa loob ko, how come bottle yung urinal?
So, did someone explain it to you then? O nalaman mo na?
Oo, tinanong ko dun sa nurse na nag-abot. Kasi di ba pagka bago ka, nag-shadow ka pa lang dun sa preceptor mo. Yeah. So, tinanong ko. Sabi ko, ano yun? Lahat binigay ko na. So, hindi daw yun. Sabi niya, hindi, yung bottle is urinal. Sabi ko, kasi diba sa Philippines, tawag naman natin urinal. Yun na yun. Wala nang ibang tawag dun kundi urinal lang. So, yun yung mga ganong experiences. Pero, you'll get used to it. Even the accent nila, kasi sobrang bilis nila magsalita. Kasi ganon. Tapos, nung huli, parang, makaka-adjust ka rin pala talaga. Ganon.
It just takes time. How about your age?
When we first came here, syempre you're used to speaking Tagalog or Chinese. Mas confident ka, mas kampante ka. So when you're around Caucasians, pag nagtatagalog kayo, kunwari hindi siya kausap mo. Kunwari, sabi mo, 4 kayo, di ba? Kunwari, 4 kayo. And then you're just talking to someone na marunong magtagalog, kayong dalawa lang nag-uusap, per Tagalog pinag-uusapan nyo. Pero pag may kasama kang Caucasian, when they hear you speak a different language, for them, it's rude. So you have to speak English, kahit hindi siya kausap mo, so they can listen and hear what you're saying, kahit hindi siya kasali. So yun yung one factor na na-notice ko. And then, there's some words na, like I think I mentioned this in the past, na when I was working in a rehab, sa dietary ako nun I was getting orders from the patient kung anong gusto niyang kakainin. So I have to enumerate yung mga items for the day, meals. And then I was saying, meron kaming available na, sabi ko, oven baked chicken. Tapos sabi nila, ano yun? Ano yun ang ano yun? Sabi ko, ha? oven-baked chicken. Tapos di na maintindihan. Tapos ang pinakita ko na yung hawak kong papel, pinabasa ko na sa kanila. Sabi nila, it's oven-baked chicken. I was like, okay. Iba lang yung tunog.
Bakit di
Yun
natin
ako,
tanungin yung
sabi.
colonel? Charot. Saan nanggaling yung colonel doon? Charot.
Diba? So, ganun. Yung mga, meron certain words na lumaki ka, iba mo napakinggan, tapos gagamitin mo sa ibang bansa. Iba yung tono, yung salita, yung paggamit, ganun. Yun yung mga differences. Other than that, nothing major na, naman, parang, sometimes like you feel na you're talking in English, pero feel mo parang utal-utal ka to begin with, or parang hindi ka sure sa sinasabi mo, yung parang you're just not confident kasi hindi mo naman ginagamit masyado, di ba?
Yes.
But as time goes by, you'll get used to it. Tapos, ang nangyayari naman ngayon, baliktad. When I go back to Philippines, di syempre magsasalta ka na. Kahit magsasalta ka ng Tagalog, sabihin nila, ang arte-arte mo magsalita. Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi daw, the way I speak, parang,
Slang na.
Sabi nila, oo. Sabi ko, hindi ko naman napapansin na slang. As in, wala ko naririnig na difference. Pero sa kanila, may kakaiba na pala na tunog.
Yeah.
Yung mga Filipinos naman, pag narinig na ako magsalita. Or sometimes, mapapablurt out ka na lang ng mixed Tagalog-English. For them, they think, there was a word na nag-popular noon na umuwi ako, tapos yung mga tao daw na nagsasalita ng English pag nasa labas, pag kunwari nasa mall, ganun, nag-i-English na bigla. May tawag sila, sabi niya, konyo daw. I think it was like, I don't know if it's a derogatory word, pero parang ganun na medyo dinadown nila yung mga nag-i-English kasi daw, bakit daw nag-i-English, marunong naman mag-Tagalog. Yung mga ganung naririnig ko. Yeah. So,
actually, even college, you can hear the word konyo, but I'm not sure
Konyo.
whether it's derogatory or just a classification of someone who's speaking in English and Tagalog and having the accent.
Oo. I think yun lang yung definition nila. Pero,
so Rich, hindi ka pwede sumakay ng jeep kasi sabi mo, para po.
baka hindi ka masyadong malamig ng driver.
Lahat
Kasi dapat
magtitinginan.
malakas.
Sino yun?
Grabe, no? Marami talagang differences sa language. Pero, mau-overcome naman natin yan. So, anyway, dito na muna tayo magtatapos. Abangan nyo ang kasunod na episode. Bye!
Bye!
bye!